Shalom, Most High in Christ bless. Welcome to another edition of 15 Minutes with the Captains. Today you got Captain Emmanuel of IUIC, Arkansas, and the topic is fake friends. All right, let's open up with 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 22.
The book of 1 Peter, chapter 1, verse 22. Seeing ye have purified your souls in obeying the truth, through the Spirit unto unfeigned love of the brethren. See that ye love one another with a pure heart fervently.
Right, so that's what's commanded of us, expected of us when we come into the truth, to have unfeigned love of the brethren. So, unfeigned, that's more of a, biblical Quaker word per se. So let's get some understanding on what it means to feign something. If we are to be unfeigned towards one another, what does it mean to feign? Read that.
Feign. Pretend to be affected by.
Right, so the operative word is pretend. Read the synonym for me.
Fake.
Fake. So what God is saying is we've been called unto the non-fake love of the brethren. Meaning we come into this truth, none of us are supposed to be fake.
Hell no.
However, it is what it is. Not all Israel is Israel. And our forefathers that was in the truth, in the gospel, they had to encounter fake friends. Let's get that in the scriptures. 2 Corinthians 11 and 26.
2 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 26.
Go ahead.
In journeyings often, in perils of water, in perils of robbers, in perils by my own countrymen, in perils by the heathen, in perils in the city, in perils in the wilderness, in perils in the sea.
So perils mean danger, right? Meaning Paul is letting it be known various times and situations where his life was at stake. Watch this. Go ahead.
In perils among false brethren.
And what?
In perils among false brethren.
Paul is letting us know one of the things that he went through in his truth was having his life in danger due to being amongst fake brothers. All right. So we're going to go through some scriptures to help us understand, different accounts of our forefathers dealing with it. How to know that's what you're experiencing and how to possibly discern it before you're a victim of it. All right. So let's get Sirach chapter 12, verse 8. Sirach 12 and 8.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12 and verse 8. A friend cannot be known in prosperity, and an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity.
Right. So that's a gem right there. God said a friend cannot be known in prosperity. When everything good, right, it's easy to get along with somebody. It's easy to see all of the good, receive all of the good things a person will do for you and so on and so forth. But adversity is what manifests whether or not a person was just being fake all along. So what does that tell you? These things take time. All right, get that in Sirach chapter 6, verse 7.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 6, verse 7.
Come on.
If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first.
Do what?
Prove him first.
You have to prove a friend. And what does that do? That takes time. Go ahead.
And be not hasty to credit him.
And be not what?
Hasty to credit him.
Because some sisters come into this truth and they think, oh, she has a head wrap. He has fringes. He says shalom. He knows how to South Corner move and hand salute. Surely I can tell him all my secrets. Go to Sirach 19, verse 4.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 19, verse 4. He that is hasty to give credit is light-minded.
Right. So if you just in a rush and you assume that somebody, because they appear to be an Israelite that keeps the commandments, that they can become your best friend. That's my best friend. That's my best friend.
Come on now.
God said you're light-minded. That means you stupid. You slow. All right. Go back to Sirach chapter 6 and read verse 8.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 6, verse 8.
He's giving you the reason why in this verse, why you ought to prove a friend first and don't be hasty to credit. Go ahead.
For some man is a friend for his own occasion.
Because some people have ulterior motives. They only in it for some type of benefit attached to them that they can only get from being your friend or acting like they your friend. Go ahead.
And will not abide in the day of thy trouble.
But once their benefit is lost or compromised, then their friendship towards you is compromised, and they will not abide or stay with you. All right, let's get that in 2 Chronicles 18, verse 1. So this is an example of a brother showing himself as a friend to another brother for his own occasion. All right? 2 Chronicles 18, verse 1.
2 Chronicles chapter 18, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Now Jehoshaphat had riches and honor in abundance.
So Jehoshaphat was a southern kingdom king that kept the commandments of the Lord. All right, go ahead.
And joined affinity with Ahab.
But he joined affinity with Ahab. Jehoshaphat married his son with Ahab's daughter.
Come on now.
Go ahead.
And after certain years, he went down to Ahab to Samaria. And Ahab killed sheep and oxen for him in abundance, and for the people that he had with him.
So what is happening here? Ahab, the wicked northern kingdom king, the husband, the weak husband of Jezebel, he's throwing a feast for Jehoshaphat. He's giving him good old northern kingdom hospitality. Go ahead.
And persuaded him to go up with him to Ramoth Gilead.
But that was the whole objective. He's persuading Jehoshaphat to engage with him in battle with Syria, in which the kingdom of Judah has nothing to do with. You understand? That's the motive. Go ahead.
And Ahab, king of Israel, said unto Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, wilt thou go with me to Ramoth Gilead? And he answered him, I am as thou art.
So this is Jehoshaphat's response. I am as you are. Go ahead.
And my people as thy people. And we will be with thee in the war.
Meaning I got you. Whatever you with, I'm with. Right? So now mind you, when you read the rest of the history, the prophet of the Lord, Micaiah, warned them, let them know, listen, you're going to get an L. You understand? You're going to lose. Right? Nevertheless, Ahab was able to persuade Jehoshaphat to go with him on his dummy mission. Go to verse 28.
Verse 28.
Go ahead.
So the king of Israel and Jehoshaphat, the king of Judah, went up to Ramoth Gilead.
So they go into battle. Now watch this. Read.
And the king of Israel said unto Jehoshaphat.
So now when he's at the point of no return, he already with him at Ramoth Gilead. Go ahead.
I will disguise myself.
So now it's a wrench in a plan. Ahab is telling Jehoshaphat, hey, I'm going to disguise myself. I'm not going to go into the battle being apparently the king. I'm going to disguise myself like one of the soldiers. Go ahead.
And will go to the battle. But put thou on thy robes.
But put thou on thy robes, meaning Jehoshaphat, you make it obvious that you're a king while I disguise myself. Go ahead.
So the king of Israel disguised himself. And they went to the battle. Now the king of Syria had commanded the captains of the chariots that were with him, saying, fight ye not with small or great, save only with the king of Israel.
But check this out. Look at what the king of Syria had, what type of time he had his soldiers on. Don't worry about the small peasant soldiers. I want the king of Israel, meaning Ahab. That's who I want. That's all I care about. Give me his head. You understand? Ahab knew this. That's why he told Jehoshaphat, listen, you put on your robes. Why? So when we go into battle, they going to think that they killed me once they killed you and I get to survive. He didn't truly love that brother. You understand? He's setting Jehoshaphat up for the kill. Read.
And it came to pass, when the captains of the chariots saw Jehoshaphat, that they said, it is the king of Israel. Therefore, they can pass about him to fight.
Right. So when they saw Jehoshaphat, they said, that's Ahab. That's the king of Israel. Because remember, Jehoshaphat is the king of Judah. They're not even knowing that the king of Judah will be present in this battle. But that was Ahab's deception. That was his plot. So when they saw Jehoshaphat, they thought that it was Ahab. So they surrounded him to kill him. Go ahead.
But Jehoshaphat cried out, and the Lord helped him, and God moved them to depart from him.
Right. So if it had not been for the Lord, Jehoshaphat would have got backdoored. The hell is this? You understand? So now go back to go to Sirach 37 and verse 8. Sirach 37 and verse 8.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 37, verse 8. Beware of a counselor, and know before what need he hath.
You got to know if a person has an ulterior motive. You got to examine a person. Go ahead.
For he will counsel for himself.
For his what?
For he will counsel for himself.
For his own occasion. Read.
Lest he cast a lot upon thee. And say unto thee, thy way is good.
Put on thy robes. Go ahead.
And afterward he stand on the other side to see what shall befall thee.
He's somewhere behind a bush, hiding with the other soldiers, trying to see if they killed Jehoshaphat, thinking that they killed him, so he can get away scot-free, so he can survive. The hell is this? God said, beware of that. That's the thing. Go to Psalms 35, verse 12. Psalms 35, verse 12.
The book of Psalms, chapter 35, verse 12.
Go ahead.
They rewarded me evil for good.
They what?
They rewarded me evil for good.
Because Jehoshaphat ain't have to do that. He ain't have to go out his way and go all the way to Syria with that man to fight his battle. You understand? And look at the good that was rewarded unto him. He almost lost his life. Come on.
To the spoiling of my soul.
Uh-huh.
But as for me, when they were sick, my clothing was sackcloth.
And a lot of us will go through this type of trial. You understand? When a brother or sister is sick, you there for them. You understand? Go ahead.
I humbled my soul with fasting.
You fast for them. Go ahead.
And my prayer returned into my own bosom.
You praying for them. Go ahead.
I behaved myself as though he had been my friend or brother.
Brother, I'm looking out for this person. This is my friend, my companion. Go ahead.
I bowed down heavily, as one that mourneth for his mother.
Right, crying for this brother, for this sister. Read.
But in my adversity,
when I was going through trials and tribulations and situations, go ahead.
they rejoiced.
They what?
Rejoiced.
They couldn't wait to see my downfall. Praying on my downfall instead of praying for me. Go ahead.
And gathered themselves together.
Uh-huh.
Yea, the abjects gathered themselves together against me, and I knew it not.
Damn.
They did tear me and ceased not.
So while you thought that person was your friend, whole time they was plotting on your downfall. They was fake. The hell is this? Go to Sirach 37 and 4. Sirach 37 and verse 4.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 37 and verse 4.
Go ahead.
There is a companion which rejoiceth in the prosperity of a friend.
Right, meaning when it's all good, they rejoice with you. Go ahead.
But in the time of trouble,
But when adversity arises,
will be against him.
they turn their back on you. Go to Sirach 6 verse 9. Sirach 6 verse 9.
Book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 6, verse 9.
Come on.
And there is a friend who being turned to enmity
For whatever reason, the friendship goes sour. Go ahead.
and strife
And strife, meaning y'all beefing,
will discover thy reproach.
will do what?
Discover thy reproach.
So all of the secrets, right? Because while y'all friends, what happens when you're friends with someone? You confide in them. You understand? They have intelligence about you. Once y'all get into it, they will now publicize that confidential information. Get Sirach 8 verse 19. That's why God said this. Read that.
Ecclesiasticus, chapter 8 and verse 19.
Uh-huh.
Open not thine heart to every man,
Don't trust everybody. Don't be simple. Come on.
lest he requite thee with a shrewd turn.
Discover your reproach. Weaponize it against you. Damn. All right, go to Psalms 55 verse 12. Because mind you, we in this truth, we got obvious enemies, people that set against us from jump, right? Externally. We expect them to slander and, you understand, try to conjure things up against us to formulate a narrative to make us look bad. But it's a whole nother ball game when it happens from somebody that you trusted, that you thought was on your side. Psalms 55 verse 12.
The book of Psalms, chapter 55, verse 12.
Come on.
For it was not an enemy that reproached me.
It wasn't an enemy.
Then I could have borne it.
I would have been able to handle that because that's an enemy. Hell, he doing what he supposed to do. Go ahead.
Neither was it he that hated me that did magnify himself against me.
Uh-huh.
Then I would have hid myself from him.
Right. I would have been aware and stayed away from him. Go ahead.
But it was thou,
But it was thou, read,
a man mine equal, my guide, and mine acquaintance.
my friend, somebody that was close to me, somebody I trusted. Come on.
We took sweet counsel together
Uh-huh.
and walked unto the house of God in company.
So again, brothers and sisters, just because you in this building, we in this building, don't mean that everybody is trustworthy. There will be some brothers and sisters that you come to the school with, you be in a school with, so on and so forth, and they will turn their back on you. They will reproach you. All right? From there, go to Sirach 6 verse 10.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 6 and verse 10.
Uh-huh.
Again, Some friend is a companion at the table, and will not continue in the day of thy affliction.
Right, meaning when it's all good and y'all eating together, they there. But in the day of your affliction, where you're not able to provide that feast, that you will not find them. Go ahead.
But in thy prosperity he will be as thyself, and will be bold over thy servants. If thou be brought low, he will be against thee.
So when you need them the most, they will be against you. Go ahead.
And will hide himself from thy
When
face.
you looking for them to help, they hide themselves from your face. Get that in Psalms 31 verse 11. Psalms 31 verse 11.
The book of Psalms, chapter 31, verse 11. I was a reproach among all mine enemies, but especially among my neighbors.
Among my what?
My neighbors.
My neighbors, my people. Go ahead.
And a fear to mine acquaintance.
And a fear to mine acquaintance, my friend. Go ahead.
They that did see me without,
My friends that saw me on the outside, go ahead.
fled from me.
They what?
Fled from me.
When they were supposed to jump in and help me, they ran from me. They left me by myself. Damn. Go to Philippians 2:19.
The book of Philippians, chapter 2 and verse 19.
Come on.
But I trust in the Lord Jesus to send Timotheus shortly unto you.
Right, so this is when Paul was locked up, writing to the Philippians. He said, I trust that the Lord is going to send Timothy unto you. Go ahead.
That I also may be of good comfort when I know your state.
Come on.
For I have no man like-minded
I don't got no other brother like-minded like Timothy is. Go ahead.
who will naturally care for your state.
Come on.
For all seek their own.
Because what?
For all seek their own.
Because everybody else seek their own. Read.
Not the things which are Jesus Christ.
They not sincere. Come on.
But ye know the proof of him.
You know the what?
The proof of him.
That go back to this Sirach 6. Prove a friend. Timothy, we know. I know y'all know. That's a faithful brother right there. I can trust him. You understand? Right. I'm locked up right now. He the only brother that come and see me. You understand? You know the proof of Timothy. Go ahead.
That as a son with the father, he have served with me in the gospel.
Go to 2 Timothy 4 verse 9. Now this is Paul writing to Timothy. All right? Read what you got.
Chapter 4 and verse 9.
Come on.
Do thy diligence to come shortly unto me.
Come on, Timothy. Read.
For Demas have forsaken me.
Because Demas have forsaken me. Come on.
Having loved this present world. And is departed unto Thessalonica.
Read.
Crescent to Galatia. Titus unto Dalmatia.
So these brothers left me. They fled from me. Read verse 16.
Verse 16. At my first answer, no man stood with me.
When I got caught up, when Alexander the coppersmith tried to hem me up, nobody, what it say? No man stood with me. But what happened?
But all men forsook me.
Brothers that was supposed to be my brothers, my friends, they forsook me. They left me. Come on.
I pray God that it may not be laid to their charge.
Lord, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Damn. From there, Proverbs 27 and 5. So you see in the scriptures, man, listen, it's a thing. It happens. You understand? Brothers that you think that you would expect, sisters that you think you would expect to be there for you. When that adversity rise, when that time takes place, they run, they hide from you, or they join the enemy against you. Read what you got.
Proverbs chapter 27, verse 5.
So this is one of the telltale signs that you're dealing with a potential fake friend. Go ahead.
Open rebuke is better than secret love. Faithful are the wounds of a friend.
Right. A true friend, they're going to correct you. Go ahead.
But the kisses of an enemy are deceitful.
But the kisses of an enemy are deceitful, like what Judas did to Christ. Christ said, betrayest thou me with a kiss? He came and saluted Christ and kissed him so the enemies could know who to move in on. You understand? So you got to be mindful and watch people that never correct you, but they always complimenting you, saying nice things, trying to be in your good graces. Chances are they a friend for their own occasion. All right? So 2 Timothy 3 verse 1. We almost through. We got to be mindful. Us in this truth, you will encounter. If you endure, you will encounter fake friends. It is what it is. 2 Timothy 3 verse 1.
2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 1. This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come.
Now remember, Paul said in Corinthians that he was in perils amongst false brethren. So he's admonishing Timothy, his protege in the faith. Listen, you better know it's going to be dangerous times. You're going to go through these dangers. Go ahead.
For men shall be lovers of their own selves.
Men shall be what?
Lovers of their own selves.
Ain't that what he said in Philippians? All men seek their own. Read.
Covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers.
Truce breakers. Damn.
False accusers.
Slanderers.
Incontinent.
Come on.
Fierce. Despisers of those that are good. Traitors.
What?
Traitors.
Meaning niggas gonna turn they back. Read.
Heady. High-minded. Lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God.
Mark 13 and 12. Last scripture.
The book of Mark, chapter 13 and verse 12.
Come on.
Now the brother shall betray the brother to death.
What did Christ say?
Now the brother shall betray the brother to death.
Damn.
And the father the son. And children shall rise up against their parents and shall cause them to be put to death.
So these are the things that we have to look forward to. In this truth, the brother shall betray the brother unto death. You understand? We gonna go through that. All right. So we gotta prepare our souls for temptation. All right, and be mindful of the people that's around you. If they not correcting you, holding you accountable, you understand? And also, y'all able to go through things and mend the relationship. If the moment something goes wrong, they discovering your reproach, you understand? They revealing your secrets and things of that nature. I'm telling you, you better take good heed, because the day will come where brothers will betray brothers unto death. All right? So those who that was edifying, shalom, most high in Christ bless.
What is the nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, His word,